Both teams are ready to go, and we're going to see the serve starting off on the Team Newfoundland side. Here is Walsh. That ball is passed up by Johnson, set out to the left. A big tug on that ball from Fader, and it's going to hit the top of the blocker's hands, go over and score. Noble back to serve here for Team Nova. The ball is passed up, set to the middle, and a huge swing and cut to one. Connors beating the double block with a nice shot. Back to serve here now is Dwyer. Float serve, that ball is passed up, set to the middle, free ball pushed over from Astephen. Swing from the left, dug up by hand. And trying to get up there is Astephen, but that ball just a little bit too tight. And Newfoundland doing a great job at the net there, and that's going to send Dwyer back to serve. That ball is almost passed up. A little bit of miscommunication in the seam there. Dwyer serving again, 3 serving 1. That ball is passed up by Natalini, set to the right. A huge swing by Fader from the right, dug up by Newfoundland's defense. A tip over, picked up by hand, set out left. A swing into the block, but it is covered by Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland putting on some pressure there at the net once again, and nothing is going by them. Dwyer back to serve. Jump float, and that is going to drop right in front of the passer into the court. That is a floating serve. Dwyer still back to serve. That ball is passed up by hand. Set to the left, free ball put over from Johnson. A set in the middle, tipped over by Connors, and Connors is going to score. 6-1 early lead here for Team Newfoundland, and that is going to constitute a timeout called by head coach Derek Burks of Team Nova. Both teams back from the timeout. Dwyer still serving the ball here in this semifinal. Hand with the first contact. That ball set out to the left. A nice shot down the line by Johnson. Lefty left side with the kill. And that is going to send Fader back to the line to serve. Jump float. That ball is passed up and put over on 2 by Team Newfoundland. A party ball swing opportunity there, and taking advantage of that is Abbott as she throws that ball down. Connors back to serve here for Team Newfoundland. And that ball is passed up and over once again. Nugent with the party ball kill, making sure that nothing gets past their front line. Team Newfoundland doing a great job being aggressive up front. And that is going to send Connors back to serve again. And trying to get up for that ball was Abbott, but it just snuck by her and onto the ground. That is going to be a point for Team Nova. Back on the service line now is your captain for Team Nova. This is Astefen with the serve. And that is a service ace. And that ball is passed up by Dwyer, set out to the left. A big tug on that ball from Abbott, and that is going to score. Heading back to serve here for Team NL2. This is number 4, Hillier. Jump float. That ball is passed up by Fader, set out to the left. Natalini with the big tug. A nice dig there from Newfoundland's back row. A dump over from the setter. Natalini with another swing, dug up by Team Newfoundland's defense. And putting that ball away is Abbott. Some great digs out of 5 for Team Newfoundland. Hillier back to serve. Jump float, passed up by Fader, set into the middle. There is a huge swing over the top of the block from Han, and that is going to find the inside of the court. Point Team Nova. 5 serving 10. Back on the line here is Johnson. Float serve, passed up, set to the left, and unfortunately a little bit of miscommunication of who's going to take that second ball. And we are going to see a carry called by the Stewart referees. Johnson with the serve. That one just hitting the top of the tape, and that is going to be a Team Newfoundland point. And heading back to serve for them now here is number 36. This is Abbott. Jump float. That ball passed up by Johnson, set to the right. Natalini on the right with a sharp cross shot. It is picked up by the defense of Hillier. Han with the party ball over. And that ball is going to be called as a double touch on the Newfoundland side. Team Nova is going to get that point, and that's going to send Natalini back to serve. Float serve, and it is a service ace. Jump float. That ball is passed up by Hillier. Set to the right. A swing cross court, and that is going to score for Team Newfoundland's right side. Heading back to serve here is Nugent. Spin serve. Johnson with the first contact. Natalini with the chase down. A good effort there. Almost getting that ball, but unfortunately there was a bleacher in her way. And that is going to be a point for Team NL. Nugent with the spin serve again. And this time that one not quite making it over the plane of the net. That is going to be a point for Team Nova. And Han is going to head back to the line to serve. That one hitting the top of the tape. Point NL. 14 serving 9 here in the early goings of this first set. And a reminder, folks, this is a semifinal battle to see who is going to make it into the championship game. And there is a big serve from Walsh, put up and over by Team Nova. And a middle swing there from Connors, looking like she had a big approach and wanting to take a little bit off to perhaps be tricky with it, but just a little bit of a missed touch there. Noble back to serve for Team Nova. And that ball is up and over from the pipe. Picked up by Astafan, set to the right. Johnson from the right side, and that is a huge cross-court kill for Johnson. And Noble's going to head back to serve. That ball is up, but not quite high enough for the second contact to happen on the Newfoundland side. Service ace. And it's just 2 points now, 12 serving 14. Serving the ball here is Noble. And that ball is going to sail long and out of bounds. Point going to Team Newfoundland. And they've completed a full rotation. We've got Dwyer back to serve again here for Team Newfoundland. That ball passed up by Han. Set to the left. Johnson with the saving play. It is pushed over on one by Connors. A middle swing from Astafan. And that one just landing out of bounds. A good run there from Team Nova. But that's going to put Dwyer back on the line. Han with the first contact, set out to the left. Johnson going cross court, and she is going to find the empty court. Great play from Noble there, saving that ball to get a set out to her left side. And heading back to serve here is Fader. That ball is passed up by Dwyer. Set to the right side. A tip over from Han, and that is going to score. A nice hold from the middle there. Tricking all of the blockers on Team Nova where that set was, as it was set inside a little bit to the right side, and they really capitalized on that one. Back to serve here is Connors. That ball is passed up. Dumped over by Noble, and that dump is going to score. A nice two-handed dump to the pot for the kill. Back on the service line now, here is Astafan. And that ball is passed up, set out to the left. And a good try saving that ball that was quite outside the court for Abbott. Trying to go cross court, but Team Nova is going to get it. And once again, just a 2-point deficit here for Team Nova, but they have the serve. Astafan with the serve. And that ball is passed up and saved by Newfoundland. Free ball over. Noble setting it out to Natalini on the left. She's going to take a tug on it, but unfortunately that one going to hit the top of the tape. And that is going to be a point for Newfoundland. Serving the ball here is Hillier for Newfoundland. That one is going to drop short, and it is going to score. Service ace for Team NL2. Heading back to serve once again, here is Hillier. Natalini with the tomahawk. Noble with the save. That ball dribbling over Noble again. Johnson sending it out to the left. A free ball tipped over, dug up and over by Newfoundland. A huge swing in the middle from hand between the two blockers. That ball was put down. Great defense and effort from both sides. Team Nova is going to come out with that one. And that's going to send Johnson back to the line. That ball is passed up by Dwyer, set out to the back row. Dwyer with the pipe short shot. Natalini on the left going through the blockers, and that is going to score for Teams Nova. Johnson back to serve. That one just going into the top of the tape. Newfoundland point. Natalini with the roll shot. A step set to Newfoundland. A tip nicely read by Astafan, digging it up and over. Dwyer beating the blockers, and it looks like we are going to see a net violation on her, unfortunately, though. So that is going to be a point for Team Nova. Natalini with the serve, and it is going to land in the deep corners of the court. Service ace. Natalini with the serve. Dwyer from the left hitting it to 6. Dug up by Natalini. A tip over from Han, and that is going to score. And there you have it, folks. Just like that, we are all tied up at 20s here. And we are going to see a timeout called by Team Newfoundland as these two teams battle the first to 5. All right, both teams are back on the court here, tied up at 20s. It's been a battle this first set. Team Nova's Natalini on the line to serve. That ball is passed up by Rowe, set out to the left. Dwyer with the swing, dug up by Natalini. free ball over from Fader. Picked up by Abbott. Set on the left to Dwyer. She is going to bump it cross court. Johnson from the back row with the short shot, and that is going to score a nice roll shot to the pot from the back row. Back to serve, here is Natalini. And that ball is out of bounds. Point going to Team NL. Looks like we are going to get some substitutions here on the Newfoundland side. Coming into the match here, number 29, and she's going to head back to serve right away. Rather, 49. That is Kennedy. Jump float, passed up by Johnson. Set out to the left. Fader with the swing cross court. It is dug up and hit over and into the court. A nice swing there from Abbott, finding literally the corner of the court there. Couldn't be more precise than that, and that is going to earn them a 1-point advantage here, 22-21. And we are going to see a timeout called by head coach Derek Brooks. Both teams back on the court here. Serving the ball. Number 49, this is Kennedy, 22, serving 21. And it is a short serve service ace. And that, my friends, is why she was brought onto the court in a time like this. 23-21, looking to close out this set for her team. Kennedy with the serve. Natalini with the pass, set out to the left, Fader down the line. That ball is dug up. A nice try there from the setter of Walsh to get a contact on that ball, but that is going to be a Team Nova point. And it looks like we are going to get a substitution into the match here. Coming in is Broom. And she is going to take Han out and head back to the line to serve. Another serving specialist coming in here, this time for Team Scotia, as they are down 22-23. Float serve, that ball is passed up. Set to the back, a big swing. Johnson getting the first dig. Natalini to Johnson, free ball coming over from her. Passed up by Kennedy. This time a tip, but up there is Astephen to block it. Another jousting battle at the net, and winning that one is Astephen. Here we go. This is it, 23-23, all tied up here to try and win the set. And just a reminder, it is win by 2. So perhaps we might go over the 25 mark here with this point-for-point battle. Broom for Team Nova with the serve. It is passed up. Set to the back row. Abbott taking a tug on it, and that one is going to go out the side. Set point advantage here for Team Nova. And we are going to see a Newfoundland timeout here, as it is a nail biter on this semifinal. Team Nova, Team Newfoundland battling it out in this semifinal for this first set. Broom back to serve. And that ball's going to land just out of bounds. A tough job coming in to serve that ball after a timeout. Heading back here now is Walsh. Natalini with the first contact. Broom setting it out to the left. Fader with the free ball to one. Passed up by Abbott. Set in the middle. A tip over picked up by Johnson. Noble looking for her middle. Astafan, and she is going to just put a little bit on that ball. And that is going to work. And it looks like we've got a substitution coming back into the match. Here is Han. Back on the line here is Noble. 25 serving 24. That ball is passed up by Kennedy. Set to the back row. Dwyer with the swing to one, and there it is, hitting the corner of the court. Back to serve is Dwyer. Natalini with the pass. Set out left to Johnson. She's going to put a free ball over. Abbott from the left. Dug up by Han. Set out to Fader, who's going to take a tug on it, but there is a huge blocker in front of her. Connors getting that block. 26-25 here now. Back on the line, here is Dwyer. And that one is going to sail along and out of bounds, and we are in for a long ride here, folks. 26-26. These two teams just trading points, not wanting the other to win it. Back on the line, here is Fader. And it is a service ace. A nice spot there for Fader to serve to, seeing that that line was open. 27-26. Fader with the serve. Dwyer with the first contact. That ball set to the back row. Free ball over from Kennedy, picked up by Astafan. Set to Johnson on the right. She's going to take a tug on it. Dwyer with a huge dig. Newfoundland keeping it alive. A free ball over. Han set out to the left. Natalini tugging on that ball, and that is going to score. What an incredible final point here between those two teams. Turns out it is 28-26 to win that first set. Team Nova sneaks by Team Newfoundland to get those last 2 points. But folks, don't go anywhere. We are going to be in for a treat of a second set. Well, that was an exciting first set in this semifinal matchup between the 15U girls, Team Nova versus Team Newfoundland 2. Both of these teams battling it out. Team Nova won it just by 2 points, 28-26. We're going to get started right away here. A swing in the middle by Connors. Fader on the left, and it is dug up by Abbott. And a huge swing, but unfortunately out the side, trying to be aggressive on that one is Connors, and that is going to be a Team Nova point. Serving the ball here is Noble. And that ball is going to land out of bounds. And that is going to be a point for Newfoundland. Serving the ball here is Walsh. That ball's passed up by Natalini, set in the middle. A swing from Astafen. That ball set to the right, a roll shot over from Hillier. Johnson with the swing, dug up by Abbott. Hillier with the chase and save. Swing in the middle from Connors, dug up by Natalini. Noble with the save, Natalini with the swing, Abbott with the dig. Dwyer from the left, high off the blocker's hands, picked up by hand. And a huge swing cross court, but it is still getting chased down by Newfoundland. Almost alive, unfortunately. There was a wall in the way, but a great try there. That's going to be a Team Nova point, 2-1. Serving the ball here is Fader. Float serve out of bounds, point Newfoundland. Dwyer with the big serve, passed up by hand. Noble sending Johnson on the right. She's going to go for the sharp cross shot, and it is going to score. Back on the line here is Astafen. Abbott with the pass. That ball set out left to her. She's going to tug on a huge ball there, but it is not going to quite make it over the top of the tape. Point Team Nova. And that ball is passed up by Dwyer, set out to the left. Abbott looking to tip it over, but just coming off of her hands a little bit funny there, past the antenna. Astafen with the serve, dribbling over the top of the tape. A good try there from Nugent, but a tough ball to get to. Team Nova serve. Abbott with the pass. That ball set to the right. Hillier with the roll shot down the line. Swing in the middle for Han, and that ball just beating through the blockers, and that is going to score. A good effort there from Abbott, trying to kick that ball up. And it looks like we are going to get a substitution onto the court here. Coming into this match for Team Newfoundland is Trask. Dwyer with the pass. That ball set out to the left. A swing cross court picked up by the hands of Natalini. Free ball over, but that second contact trying to save that ball unfortunately came out spinning a little bit too much, and that is going to be a point for Team Newfoundland. Connor is back to serve here now. Jump float, dropping short. Johnson with the first contact. A nice set from Noble there. Middle set tipped over. Natalini with the first contact. Johnson setting it up. And a nice swing, but picked up by the defense of Fader. Natalini with the tip down the line, picked up by Walsh. A dump over. Walsh again getting that ball up. Noble setting her middle. Ham with the big swing over top of the blockers. And unfortunately, a little bit of a missed touch there on Team Nova's defense, but good effort from both sides. Back to serve here is Connors. Jump float. Natalini with the pass. That ball set out to her on the left. She's going to tip it over. Free ball over. Noble with the save. But she is back row. She did have to jump to try and get a touch on that. And it's getting a little bit messy here on both sides. Both teams scrambling to try to find a way to keep that ball alive and off their floor. But it's working right now for Team Newfoundland. 5 serving 7. Here is Connors. Fader with the first contact. Johnson from the right going cross court, picked up by the hands of Walsh. And that ball looking to be set to the left side. Unfortunately, a little bit too far for the hitter to get to Team Nova Scotia point. Johnson back to serve. Dwyer with the pass. Walsh setting it to the middle. A swing from Nugent, and that is going to score. Six serving 8 as Hillier heads back to serve. And that one's going to go out the side. Point Team Nova. Natalini back to serve. And that one is going to sail out the side as well. Point Team Newfoundland. 7 serving 9. Heading back here is number 38. This is Trask. Hand sticking an arm out there, and that one unfortunately going off her in the wrong direction. Service ace for Team Newfoundland 2. Jump float passed up by Natalini, chased down. Johnson with the free ball over, picked up by Nugent. She's going to get the set in the middle, turn to one. Johnson with the dig, free ball over. Dwyer with the pass. Once again, that set goes to the middle. There is a double block. This time Dwyer from the left with the tip. A big block there from Han. Free ball over down the line, picked up by Johnson. Han with the swing in the middle. Free ball over from Walsh. Johnson. Noble's going to send it out to Fader, and she is going to get on top of that ball and throw it down. A nice set there from Noble to get a 1-on-none situation there for Fader. Heading back to serve here now is Han. Dwyer with the pass. That ball set behind to the middle, and she is going to find a way to score in the pot. Nugent with the tricksy play. And now she'll head back to serve. 9 serving 10 in this second set. Another close battle between these two teams in this semifinal. Spin serve. Passed up by Fader. That ball set to the back row. Natalini with the swing in the pipe. Heading back to serve here is Nugent. Spin serve. And that spin serve is going to drop, and it is a service ace. Now taking the lead here is Team Newfoundland with those tough serves. Nugent with the spin. Passed up by Natalini. Set to the left. Fader looking to tug on that ball again, but just missing it a little bit to turn it down the line, and that is going to be a point for Team Newfoundland. And that is going to constitute a timeout called here from Team Nova. Both teams back on the court here. 12 serving 10. Newfoundland in the lead here now. This is Nugent with the spin serve, and that one just going into the net, and perhaps that's why that timeout was called, to break that serve. Heading back to the line here now is Noble. And that ball is passed up, set out to the left. Dwyer swinging at that one. That one just hitting the top of the tape and not quite the blocker. That's going to be a Team Nova point. Noble back to serve. And that ball is passed up. Dumped over, picked up by hand. Fader on the left, but a big block in the middle. That is Connors and Walsh with the huge stuff. And heading back to serve after that block is Walsh. Natalini with the pass. A good save from Noble. Free ball pushed over. Set into the middle. A big turn to one. That is Connors with the kill. When she goes up to hit it, she is going to make sure that it scores. Walsh back to serve. 14 serving 12. Float serve. And that ball is going to land inside the court. A nice job there from Walsh, tricking the passing line. Walsh with the serve. Johnson with the pass. Up and over, a big dig there. And a hit over from Astafen. Back row attack there. And that ball is going to land out of bounds according to the referees. And that is going to be a Team Nova point. Heading back to serve here now is Fader. And that ball is going to land inside the court. Service ace. Back to serve once again is Fader, 14 serving 15. And that ball is passed up. Set to the middle. A free ball coming over from Connors. Noble with the save. Free ball pushed over from Astephen. Set to the right. And there is a swing cross court. It is dug up and put over. Connors on the first contact. She's going to get that set. She's going to go for the tip, and she's going to beat it right by the blocker's hands, and that's going to be a Newfoundland point. And that is going to send Dwyer back to serve. That ball is passed up by Fader, set to the right. Johnson with the big swing, dug up by Walsh. Set to the middle and a little bit too far there for Connors as she decides to stand and hit that as a roll shot. But unfortunately, going into the top of the tape, that is going to be a point for Team Nova. 15 serving 16 here. Astephen with the serve. Dwyer with a beautiful touch on that first contact. It is tipped over. Noble sending it out to the left. Natalini with the roll shot. Dwyer with the dig. Swing from the left, picked up off the blocker. Natalini cross court, dug up. A right side set, free ball over from Hillier. Johnson with the swing cross court. Dwyer with another beautiful touch. But that is going to be too hard for her to get all the way up, and that is going to be a Team Nova point. Back on the line is Astephen. All tied up. Dwyer with the pass. That ball put up and over. Han flicking it down, but saved by Walsh. Free ball over. Han with the pass, putting that one over. It is dug up. Noble with a nice set to Han. Dwyer again with a great touch, but just not enough to get that second one, and that is going to be a Team Nova point. Still serving the ball here is Astephen. It's a dump over from Newfoundland's Walsh, and it's a dump that's going to score. A nice job recognizing that the defense was nowhere to be found and getting that point. Tied up at 17s. Back on the service line here is Connors. Float serve, passed up by Natalini. Noble looking for her middle, and there's a huge block in the middle. Nugent getting Newfoundland that point and the 1 point advantage. That ball is passed up, set to the left. Natalini with the swing, but another block from Newfoundland. Float serve, that ball passed up. Set to the right. Johnson saving it with the free ball. First contact taken by Walsh. That ball set out to the left. A huge swing, but a big block. And that ball is up. Noble's going to send it out to the left. Natalini with a nice controlled roll shot cross court. A tip over. Noble with the first contact, but Newfoundland going to get that point as well. And there is a big serve from Connors. And a dump over from Noble. Johnson getting it. Han with the swing. And that's what Team Scotia needs to find a way to put that ball down. Johnson back to serve. That ball is passed up. A little too tight to get to. Team Nova getting that point. Johnson with the serve. That ball is passed up, set to the left. Roll shot to the deep corners of the court. A nice save there by Johnson, but a little bit of miscommunication on defense. And Newfoundland's going to be up 21-19. Serving the ball here is Hillier. And it is a service ace. Newfoundland looking to take this second and force a third. Back to serve will be Hillier, but we've got a timeout called by the Team Nova side. Both teams are back on the court for this 15U girls semifinal battle between Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. Newfoundland up here now 22-19. Heading back to serve is Hillier. Float serve. Fader with the first contact. Hand trying to keep it alive, but it is going to be a service ace there for Hillier. And it looks like we are going to get a substitution on the Team Nova side. Coming into the match here is Broom. Back to serve, here is Han. Natalini with the first contact. Noble with the save. Johnson putting a free ball over. Walsh setting it out to the left. A big swing, but that one is going to go into the top of the tape, and that is going to be a point for Team Nova. Trailing by a couple here, 20 serving 23. Heading back to serve is Natalini. Jump float, and it is going to land inside the court. Service ace. Point to Team Nova. Natalini with the serve. That ball passed up by Dwyer, set to the left. And a tip over, but into the block of Han and Noble. A big wall right there to try and get by. And it looks like we're going to see a timeout called by the Newfoundland side. Both teams back on the court, just trailing by 1 now here from Natalini serves for Team Nova. She's going to head back to the line to try and pull them ahead. And that ball is passed up and saved. Dwyer putting the free ball over. Broom with the first contact. Noble setting it out to Broom. Broom with the throw to the pot. And a big swing from the left side. That is going to be a point for Trask. Back to serve is Trask. Float serve, passed up by Natalini. Set in the middle to Han with the tip over the block. Free ball put over by Newfoundland, Natalini. That ball set out to the left. Fader with the swing, dug up and tipped over Johnson. Noble with the dump, it's pushed up. And there is Han with an aggressive swing, but that ball is still alive for Newfoundland. Free ball over. Astafan with the first. Han with the second. And it looks like we are going to see a net violation called on Newfoundland. That is a Nova Scotia point. 23 serving 24 here. And heading back to serve is Han. And that ball is passed up. And up there to get it is Astafan, and it looks like we are going to see a carry call on that second ball. And that is going to force a third set here, folks. 25-23, another big battle between these two teams. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the third set. All right, folks, we're back for a third set here at the Eastern Elite Volleyball Championships 15U girls semifinal matchup between Team Nova and Team Newfoundland 2. These two teams very evenly matched and hustling on the court to get their points. And starting us off with a service ace is Team Nova's number 1. Here is your setter, Noble. And that ball is passed up. Set to the left. Swing from Dwyer right between two players, and that is going to score. Back to serve here is Walsh. And that ball is passed up. Set out to the left. Johnson pushing the free ball to one. Picked up by Trask. Set to the middle. A roll shot over the block from Connors. Johnson on the right, and she is going to put that ball away with some authority. Heading back to serve here now is Fader. That one's going to hit the top of the tape. Newfoundland point. 2-2. Dwyer back to serve. Jump float, passed up. Set to the left. Natalini with a roll shot picked up by Dwyer. Free ball over from the left. Noble trying to get that tight pass, but there is a blocker there in Trask to throw it down. Dwyer back to serve. Float serve. Natalini with the save, and it is in. Walsh is going to take it. Hillier setting it out to the left, and there is a huge swing from Trask on the left. Back to serve once again. Here is Dwyer. That ball passed up by Natalini. Johnson with the swing, and that is a kill. There's a big serve. That ball is passed up. Set to the left, a free ball put over. Noble handling that one. Hand taking a tug on it, and she is going to hit it over top of the blockers and into the court. All tied up at 4s. Back to serve is Captain Astafen. And that ball is passed up by Nugent, set to the right. And there's a big block in Natalini. That ball a little too tight for Hillier to get to. Astafen with the serve. That ball is passed up, set to the right. A big swing over. It is dug up on the first contact, but not quite high enough for a second from Team Nova. And that is going to be a Newfoundland point, and we are going to see a substitution here coming into the match to serve the ball. Here is number 36, Abbott. Abbott with the jump float. That ball is passed up, set to the right. Johnson with the free ball over. A good save by Nugent. Noble looking for her middle. Hand throwing it down with the tip away from the blocker's hands. A good smart play. That is going to be a Team Nova point. Back on the service line, here is Johnson. That ball passed up by Abbott. Set to the middle, a tip over, dug up by Natalini. Noble with the joust, and she is going to push it through the middle blocker, and that is going to be a point for Team Nova. Johnson serving the ball. And that ball is passed up, set to the left, a free ball over. Picked up by Fader. Set to Natalini on the left. He's going to take a tug on it. Hand with the cover and over. Free ball pushed over from Newfoundland. Noble looking for Hand in the middle. It is dug up by Abbott. But unfortunately, there is a net violation on the Newfoundland side, and that is going to be a point for Team Nova. And folks, that means we are at the 8-point mark, 8-5 here for Team Nova. So both teams are going to switch sides, and then we'll continue the action. Both teams back on the court. Serving the ball here is Johnson for Team Nova. Abbott with the first contact, thrown down by Natalini, but saved by Newfoundland's defense. But that ball hit into the top of the tape. Team Nova point. And it looks like we're going to see a timeout called by Team Newfoundland. Both teams back on the court after that timeout. It is 9 serving 5 here in this semifinal 15U girls matchup between Team Nova and Team Newfoundland 2. Back on the service line, here is Johnson. Abbott with the pass. It's a little bit tight, and that is going to be a big block there for Han, as she's not going to let that ball come over. Johnson still serving the ball. Abbott with the pass. Set out to the left. Trask with the swing. Fader getting a touch on it. Free ball over from Natalini. Set into the middle. Tipped over. Picked up by Noble. Astafan is going to set her up. Free ball over. Trask with a big swing. Dug up by Astafan. And up at the net there is number 41, Nugent, putting that ball down before it crosses the plane of the net, and that is going to be a Newfoundland point. And heading back to serve now is Hillier. Float serve trickling over the top of the nape. It is up and over. That ball is passed up, set to the left. Natalini with a huge swing down the line. And that is one aggressive shot from number 7 of Team Nova. Natalini back to serve. Float serve, that one's gonna fly out the side. A little too pumped up from that big swing still. And that is gonna be a Newfoundland point. Trask back to serve. Natalini with the first contact. That ball set out to the left. Fader with the roll shot, dug up by Abbott. Saved off the net and pushed over Johnson. Noble going out left to Fader. Fader going down the line, and that one just sailing out of bounds on her. Point going Team Newfoundland. Trask with the serve. Natalini with the first contact. Hand with the swing. That one's going to go out the side. And we are going to see Team Newfoundland with a little bit of a comeback here. Trask back to serve. 9 serving 11. Johnson with the pass up and over. A big swing from Nugent, but it is alive. Han in the middle now with the swing to one. Dug up by Newfoundland's defense. A dump over, picked up. Set out to the left. Fader with the swing. There's a big dig in 6 from Trask. Free ball put over, and Natalini is going to track that one out of bounds, and that is going to be a point for Team Scotia. And back to serve, and it is a service ace right in the seam. And we're going to see a timeout called by Team Newfoundland as Team Nova is just 2 points away from taking this semifinal. Both teams back on the court. Han with the serve. Abbott with the first contact. It's going to get set to the left. Dwyer with the roll shot, and that is going to score. A nice crafty play there from the left side. And we are going to see a substitution coming into the match here for Team Newfoundland is your serving specialist, who does a great job at the line. This is Kennedy, and coming back in as well is Connors in the middle front row. Kennedy back to serve. Float serve, Johnson with the pass. That ball set to the back row. Natalini with the roll shot, dug up by Dwyer. She's going to swing at it from the left. Natalini with the dig again. Astafin in the middle looking to cut it, and she is going to cut that one out of bounds, and that is going to be a Team Newfoundland point. A lot of effort and hustle from the far side of your screen. And we're going to see another timeout called here as these two teams continue to battle point for point. Both teams back on the court. Serving specialist Kennedy from Newfoundland 2 back at the line looking to close out this gap. Here we go. Johnson with the pass. That ball set out to the left. Fader with a big swing and some nice tight top spin. And that is going to be 14-11. A chance to win this semifinal here now on this one. Noble back to serve. And it's a service ace. That ball drops and hits the floor, and there you have it. Team Nova is heading to the finals in the championship, so you will see them a little bit later on this court on the webcast. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We are so happy that you were here, and it looks like we've got a few people in the corner of your screen trying to say happy birthday, and you could just see a little bit of them there. So thank you everyone for joining us, and we have the gold medal matches coming back here now. Starting off, we've got the 15U boys gold medal, followed by the 17U girls gold medal, and then this Team Nova team in the 15U girls gold medal. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to start probably a little bit later here. This one is scheduled for 11:20, probably about 20 minutes for the next game.